Hello world, this is ComputerHeat, and this is actually a pretty interesting opportunity that we got right now. I just cast Lemon and Dusty playing against dbmb and Crazyman, but the positions were reversed. So it was on Rails and Metal. Dusty and Lemon in the previous game were playing as double Wehrmacht, and now they're going to be playing as double Soviets against mixed Axis instead of mixed Allies. And we can see, this is almost like a tournament matchup, although I'm pretty sure this is auto match. I don't know. One of them could confirm that. And we have the same positions, obviously the same teams, but yeah, different matchup. Ha 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 ha! I can't talk today. So rather than seeing mixed allies, we've got the double Soviets and playing against OKW and Wehrmacht. Yeah. Start of the match, not a whole lot to say yet. I don't really know what kind of strategy Lemon and Dusty like to use together when playing as double Soviets. I've seen them play mixed allies together. I think it was mixed allies. Maybe it was double. Yeah, mixed allies together. But I've never seen them do double Soviets. I know they played together quite a lot. And they're an excellent team. dbmb and Crazyman are also both very good players, so not to discount them at all. Crazyman's going for the early Kuba wagon, while dbmb looks like he's just going for a multiple grenadier start, and we haven't seen anything unusual yet. As always, this house is the first object that anyone needs to capture, as it gives such a commanding, gives you a commanding presence over the right side of the map, and allows you to push out into the middle as well. Classic Kuba wagon and Stern Pioneer combo moving over on the left, and it looks like Lemon's just sitting a little idle in the center. Kuba wagon catches them and forces them to back away, but doesn't get any suppression off or even do particularly much damage, so they should be able to come over to the right, maybe help contribute to this fight. Early sandbags going down from Crazyman, and the heavy cover, especially in the early game, is so important in helping you win fights. It's always a good idea to get up as much of that early as you can, especially with things like conscripts. If you're capturing a fuel or munitions point, which takes a little bit longer, you can easily put up sandbags on that while capturing that. Volksgrenadiers also lay down the sandbags pretty quickly. Oh, this is really bad. These Grenadiers need to get out of this house. They're just giving away free damage. Now there's actually a hole in the wall. One of them is shooting out, but other than that, the other three guys are just standing there idle, getting shot at by 9 conscripts. Supply truck trying to move out of the base, but sees the conscripts and thinks better of it and starts retreating back. So the Germans are spreading out, I think, an uncharacteristic amount in this match. Often you see the German players try to concentrate early on and really lock down one area that they can then push out of. Run, combat engineer, run! Well, very lucky. So Dusty, as I've seen him do in other games, has gone for tier 1, and now he's getting the Flamers and M3s to go roll around and wreak havoc. It's something that that Crazyman will especially have a lot of trouble with. He doesn't have anything really that can combat the M3s. He doesn't even have He doesn't even have a tier building tech, so he can't start building Panzerschreck. He's going to have to rely completely on dbmb to use Panzerfaust to support him. Here comes the flamethrower. These Volksgrenadiers really need to retreat. I don't know why they're sticking around here for so long. Off they go, and oh no, the mechanized regiment headquarters is starting to be built. Will it be able to complete before the M3 and the flamethrower can destroy it? The health bars is dropping Oh, it's gonna be pretty close, but I think it's gonna get destroyed here. Grenadiers are coming up to try to save it. Oh, damaged engine. I think the flamethrower will be able to destroy it. Main gun destroyed on on the M3, and down goes the tier 2. That's a huge loss for Crazyman. That was a big big mistake. And at least he didn't lose any squads in that pursuit, but he's going to be another 2 minutes before he can start building anything else. He lost the resources from that truck because it actually finished. So that thing is totally a sunk investment. Got absolutely nothing out of it. He's picked he's picked the breakthrough doctrine, gotten himself some Panzer Fusiliers. Let's see if he starts upgrading those with the recon package. He might as well. He's not going to be able to get any Panzer Shreks for quite a long time. And if he had been planning on getting Oversoldaten, that's also going to be well, out of the cards for now. Lemon laying down a demo charge on this territory sector. I just heard another demo charge explode somewhere, but I don't know where. Let's have a look at dbmB's army and see if there's anything missing conspicuously. There's not. He's teched up to tier 2. At 6 minutes, he can probably afford to wait a little bit longer before getting himself a pack, but he's not going to be able to rely on a whole bunch of Panzer Shreks, since, well, they are unupgradable now. Volks Grenadiers taking a fair bit of damage. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, because he did actually finish the building, he can upgrade the Panzer Shreks. He's a little light on munitions after having done that. To be honest, I don't really like the mechanic of losing buildings and still having access to the upgrades that came out of it. I sort of feel like if you don't have any tech structures at all for OKW, that you shouldn't be able to keep buying those Panzer Shrek upgrades. Half-track building for dbmB, so playing very much in the style that we saw. We saw Lemon and Dusty do before, although quite light on the machine guns. Dusty needs to get these combat engineers out of the house. They nearly jumped out of the wrong side. That was odd. And he has gone for guard mortar coordination tactics with a 120mm mortar on the field. Or no, that's Lemon's done that. Wow, they've both done that. We might be seeing a whole fleet of T-34-85s eventually. It looks like 1, 2 heavy mortars for Lemon. Dusty, he actually invested in some tech in the form of that tier 1 plus the he's gotten himself some guards, and he had that M3, which didn't last very long, but it certainly did the damage to Crazyman's army. I don't see this fight going in Dusty's favor anytime soon, though he does actually force the Volks Grenadiers to retreat. Off they go back to base. Let's have a look, see if these 120mm mortars have scored any money hits yet. There's 1 kill. That one is going to need to retreat back to base pretty soon, or it's going to get cut down. He might merge something into it. But considering it's equally effective with 1 man as with 5, it's you know, you don't have to. He's also unlikely to lose the weapon, considering how safely it is behind his own lines. Ugh, nasty hits on those machine guns. Reinforcing going on from the half-track. The half-track's taking a bit of damage from the guards. It's not going to be long before they finish that thing off if dbmB doesn't get moving. Oh, half-track is buttoned. Guards just need to get 1 or 2 more hits off, and down goes the half-track. Full retreat from dbmB's army. Everything he's got except for this Grenadier squad is heading on back to base. And it looks like the right side is just totally collapsed. Germans have had a triple cap on Lemon and Dusty. And See, like I said before, Dusty's got his tier 1. Will he get anything else out of there? Lemon is also tech tier 2. Interesting, I hadn't even realized that yet. I'll, dbmb, probably still sitting in tier 2. Yep, no tech yet. He's getting himself a mortar. He does have tier 2 built. I don't know if they're waiting to see if there will be a vehicle from the Germans, but he's going to need to get himself a pack pretty soon just to be safe, to be honest. A T-70 would be absolutely brutal. A T-34 would be really bad. Now there's this walking Stuka out, so the tier 2's been rebuilt by Crazyman. In the same location, it looks like. Oh, Panzer Fusiliers could go down here to the flamethrower if they get off another burst. His guards are suppressed. Oh, down they go. Not even necessary. So one of the 120mm mortars did get cleared out, but that's going to be easy enough for Lemon to reclaim. Well, the other one is firing as well over onto the road where these Flamer Pioneers are shooting at some Flamer Combat Engineers. And I think just due to the vet bonuses, this is going to go in the favor of the Combat Engineers, where they are forced to retreat by backup from the Koopa Wagon. dbmb is going for Close Air Support Commander. We could hear the first usage of an ability there. He's Strafe, and I'm wondering if he's going to be using the Redistribute Resources throughout the game. Let's have a look over at dbmb. No, probably not, since he's teching up tier 3 right now. Still no packs, nothing like that. They've seen evidence of tech from Dusty anyway. Lemon hasn't shown his hand at all yet. They might be trying to look through the fog of war into the base, ouch, and see if there are any tech structures out, but those are easy enough to fake, although you can actually just hover your mouse over the splat and see if any if the cover pattern changes. I think he might need to issue move orders with a squad to be able to do that. To be honest, I've never tried. Hopefully it's something that will be fixed, because it's kind of an exploit. Actually, it's not kind of an exploit, it's totally an exploit. No G43s on the Panzer Fusiliers from Crazyman. He is not in the best situation in terms of munitions, but he does have enough now to upgrade them. All of his Volksgrenadiers are fully upgraded. He's hurting a bit for lack of healing, no pun intended. I actually think that Molotovs would be quite punishing right now. I don't really expect to see any expenditure of fuel from Lemon until he can get his T-34-E5. So they're quite a ways off, and he does have good enough fuel income that he could afford to do fully upgrade his conscripts before and still get the T-34-E5s as soon as they're available. Recon pass used to figure out where all the Russians are hiding. Push from dbmb. He's not going to want this attack to get stalled. The 120mm mortars are going to be a serious problem if he doesn't. Lemon has gotten himself 2 squads of guards as well. Ooh. Guards are such a good vehicle snare if your opponents don't have smoke, and that's not going to be available to dbmb in any case. Crazyman decides to start using some Pumas, he'll be able to use smoke. But now with the guards also give you nice grenades. Once they have the DP light machine guns on, they're actually fairly strong. And here comes in an anti-infantry strafe a little bit late. The Kubel wagon comes in to help keep everything hugging the floor. So I think there are 4 squads of guards between the 2 Soviet players. Dusty's down to just 2 squads of conscripts, plus his combat engineers. One of them has minesweepers, which is good to see. And Lemon has got also sweepers, also flamethrowers, 2 conscripts, 2 guards, 2 heavy mortars. While, oh, that is going to be a really lucky pioneer if he can escape with his life. Sweepers discover the minefield. This would be a good time for the mortar to just drop a bomb on here and blow the minesweepers to blow them to kingdom come. Let's have a little bit of an army overview from the. Oh, there goes a patch of the minefield. An army overview from the German players. So 3 grenadiers plus a sweeper plus another former flamer Pio, machine gun and mortar for dbmb, and Crazyman's got his 3 Volks grenadiers. Sturm pioneers still alive. That's nice to see. Plus the unupgraded Panzer Fusiliers. Kubel wagon up to vet 2, again nice to see, and the walking Stuka, which it's only got 4 kills. It hasn't really been much of a, hasn't really contributed much, which leads me to, I mean, I think tier 2 must just be a part of the strategy that Crazyman and dbmb are using, because he built it, lost it immediately, has rebuilt it, and gotten the walking Stuka, which just hasn't really performed particularly well throughout this match. Volks Grenadiers are in a really dangerous spot. And looks like they're going to be able to escape safely. So these Grenadiers are getting quite strong. There is a healing bunker up in the base. Good to see. And the Mechanized Regiment headquarters is not being used to focus any kind of resource, which I think unless you're specifically trying to get some particular unit or upgrade, that is something you want to leave off. I mean, even with the focusing on, you're still not going to get as much as like a Soviet player or just any other faction player. Fresh squad of Panzer Fusiliers and a Rakettenwerfer for Crazyman. dbmb not diversifying his army yet, although he's actually built tier 4 in his base, which makes me think that he's probably saving up to get a Panther. They're going to need a lot more anti-tank than what they've got, as Dusty and Lemon are getting quite close to T-3045s, and Dusty has actually just called on his first set of them. Lemon is not far behind. He just needs a little. What does he need? Why isn't he able to get them? Alright, now he is. Just need a little bit more manpower. There they are. So 4 T-3485s facing off against the infantry anti-tank from Crazyman and the in-production pack from dbmb. This is going to be a critical couple of minutes. The Germans are going to have to try to do whatever they can to hold off against this onslaught of T-3045s to get a damaged engine on one of them, but this Grenadier squad may pay with its life. Looks like he's going to manage to round the building and get away. Anti-tank strafe, yes, coming in on the T-3045. Does a lot of damage, but Dusty, either on purpose or not, manages to change the facing so as to not lose that T-3045. If you're using that anti-tank strafe, you really want it to come in from the rear and rake across the back of the tank. It'll do much, much, much more damage and have a better chance of penetrating as well. Oh, nasty hit in the Volks Grenadiers. Rakettenwerfer trying to get some hits as well. Panzer Fusiliers look like they fired their anti-tank grenade The walking Stuka is buttoned and in real danger of getting killed. Oh, down it goes. It takes so much to kill one of those. Pack did manage to get up to the front lines in time to put a little bit of damage onto one of the T-34-85s from Lemon, but it seems unlikely that it's going to be able to contribute very much more unless the infantry gets up to support. The infantry from Lemon and Dusty is now coming up to the front to help push back and deal even more damage. A grenade goes out on the Panzer Fusiliers, but they spotted in retreat. So it looks like Lemon lost one of his T-34-85s. I didn't see where that happened. This could actually be quite a bad spot for one of Dusty's T-34-85s. The Pack is trying to turn around and get some shots on it, but it's about to be out of range. There goes an not actually that nice hit. Volk's Grenadiers with their Panzerschrecks are attempting to close the distance. Plenty of supporting infantry to get in the way. Are they going to be able to do enough damage to scare off the Volk's Grenadiers before they can finish off this T-34-85? Other Grenadiers coming up as well. Where's the Pack? The Pack is trying to pursue, but it's just too distant. I don't know who threw that grenade, but it totally didn't work. Could see a nice squish between the two tanks. Crazyman sees it coming and calls back his calls back his Volk's Grenadiers. The Pack is now way too far exposed, but it does manage to kill one of the T-34-85s. The guards will probably kill it. They throw a grenade on the Pack. It does clear it out, netting them vet 3. Wow. Stuka dive bomb used to kill, out and out destroy one of the mortars from Lemon as a very, very expensive, but I won't say unreasonable way to kill a 120mm mortar. The other one is vet 2, 12 kills. Probably could use a bit of healing. It's nice to keep the vet on those squads. But the gun looks to be in pretty good health, so it can probably even survive another Stuka barrage. That said, the walking Stuka did get destroyed in that last attack. I'm very disappointed to not see any minesweepers from Crazyman. I'm not sure if dbmb has any either. No, it doesn't. Oh, that was a nice quick payoff on that mine. I think it was down for less than 30 seconds before it got detonated, but there's nothing around that can seal the deal on this T-34-85. Good dodge there of the rifle grenade by Dusty. He was a little slow, but the way they were clumped up, they certainly would have, the whole squad certainly would have died if they had not moved. So it looks like dbmb, he spent some of his fuel to with the redistribute resources to get enough munitions to drop the bomb on Lemon's mortar, which is going to set back any kind of tank from him a little bit further. Oh, German mortar is stolen by Lemon, and it looks like he's going to take the opportunity to get in a couple of extra shots on the Mechanized Regiment headquarters. New SWS supply truck is destroyed, and Lemon's T-34-85 will probably content itself with that damage and pull back a little bit. Though he could probably safely get another extra shot or two on the Tier 2 building. The only Pack is down on the bottom right. The Raketenwerfer either got destroyed, it's decrewed in any case. It had been over here, and it looks like Lemon managed to pick that up. He's being very, very good about taking all the toys away from the Germans. Looks like a recon sweep, probably trying to spot for some nice target to destroy. The Stuka bombing strike. Jagdtiger now for Crazyman, so that's actually, I really should have seen that coming, but didn't. And dbmb doesn't pull the trigger on any of his other airplane strikes. So with sufficient backup, the Jagdtiger should be good at pushing back the T-3485s, but he's going to need to surround it with mines and keep a pack in the background in case the T-3485s decide to rush it. And it's not going to be long until we see the next set of T-3485s. Both players just need a little bit more fuel until they can haul it in. Dusty is almost there. He certainly has enough manpower, and just 10 fuel away, so we'll be seeing one. Ooh, just another set in just a couple of seconds, and Lemon is not far behind. Whoops. Looks like a destroyed engine on that T-3485. And the Jagdtiger is waiting for a target to fire on. Don't believe that Lemon or Dusty knows that it has arrived yet, but I'm sure they predicted it given that they're facing Panzer Fusiliers and they haven't seen a single vehicle from Crazyman apart from the walking Stuka that came much earlier in the match. Well, and also the Kubel wagon, but that doesn't count, does it? Now up to a total of 6 T-3485s are rolling around the map with at least one marked vehicle ready to use. Dusty is going to be able to call a marked target in about a minute once he has enough munitions for that. And that can make very, very short work of this Jagdtiger if they can get it in a good spot. Or a bad spot, depending on your perspective. Packs will make that a bit more of a challenge, but that Jagdtiger is such a huge investment that killing it would be worth losing at least one, maybe at least two, maybe even 2 or more T-3485s in the process. The VPs are actually pretty even, so despite I think that Lemon and Dusty have been pretty much in charge of this match the entire time. The oh boy, we'll just watch this this destruction. So let's say that this started at 26 minutes and 50 seconds. How long is it going to take for this this Jagdtiger to go down? The last 15 seconds so far. One T-3485 is destroyed. Main gun destroyed on the Jagdtiger. Down it goes. With the loss of, I believe, only one T-3485 in the process. Probably will lose at least one more. This T-3485 is in really bad shape. Pack is cleared out. Recrewed though. Another T-3485 is destroyed. Pack is changing positions. I don't know that it's going to be able to finish off this T-3485 in time. These things do have quite a lot of health and very good armor as well. Pack is now cleared out. That T-3485 is destroyed. Lemon is now left with 0 T-3485s. And I don't know why Dusty's T-3485 has been sitting in this fight for so long. He did manage to kill the pack and steal it for himself. That Jagdtiger needed to be used much more conservatively. Look at dbmb. Yeah, the German players are down to nothing but infantry right now. Anti-tank strafes coming in, going to try to do some damage on this T-3045, but oh, that was the anti-infantry strafe. Tier 2 is about to go down. Down it goes. Jagdtiger's just waiting to blow up a second time. And T-3045s can just roll up and deal damage unopposed to this infantry. Here comes one on the flanks. Might even try to go for a squish. dbmB's trying to build a pack. That's really the only hope that he has of ever getting this T-3045 out of his hair. But it's going to be able to go back safely to friendly lines. The pack should be spawning any second now. Because that's what they do. They spawn. Now, I don't like to call the games before they're over, but the Germans are in about as close to an unwinnable situation as you'll find in Company of Heroes. Lemon and Dusty just need to hold the line. They're about to have a triple cap in against Crazyman and dbmb, and by pooling their forces together, they can probably force off and take one of the VPs, but it's going to cost them a whole lot of manpower in order to do it, to charge into the 3 T-3485s from Dusty. Granted, Dusty needs to get the engine back on 2 of them. Once he's building tier 4 in his base, so he wants to get probably Katyushas, maybe even just boom. I love it when they explode a second time. Maybe just SU-76s would actually not be a bad choice, just for that free barrage. The damaged engine on all of these tanks, the Germans have their opportunity to move up and start taking taking back a VP. Help them have any chance of remaining in this game. This T-3045 is easy pickings for the pack. All these grenadiers clumped up on top of each other. Oh God, why? There used to be 4 grenadier squads there, right? Ugh. Repairs nearly complete on this one T-3045. It's going to get its engine back and be able to run around and cause havoc. Gets its engine back just before getting hit by the pack. So that crit is repaired, and it can now go around killing the Germans. Adding insult to injury, the stolen German mortar. Stolen German mortar rears its ugly head. Crazyman has no tech structures left. He has his headquarters, but apart from that, he has no healing available to him. He can't build any vehicles. He doesn't really have enough resources in order to do anything. Saving up for another Jagdtiger is going to be pretty much an impossibility. The game would have to go to like 50 minutes before you'd be able to afford that with the current fuel income, and I believe it's going to be over before then. Katyusha is what Dusty's gotten himself out of tier 4. And it looks like Lemon is trying to save up to get himself T-3045 call in number 3. The action is winding down a bit here. Oh, that was a nasty hit. The action's winding down a bit as the Soviets find themselves in a commanding, nearly unassailable position. Obviously a few differences between the German builds from both players in last game. Actually, just like these 2 games played out totally differently, not just in terms of the result of which faction won. I'd say in the previous game, if you have not seen it yet, I've cast a game right before this, the same players. Yeah, the Germans went for a much more slow rolling, creeping attack style, and the Allies just didn't have enough indirect fire to be able to break them, push them back. On this one, the Allies had lots and lots of indirect fire, and just stalled out for the heavy tanks. I mean, not exactly the most, nothing groundbreaking, but the Germans just totally failed to respond to it, and that early loss by Crazyman was really quite huge. 66 VPs left for the German players. They're triple cap. This game is not going to last much more than another minute unless they can turn things around. Oh, Grenadiers take a nasty hit from the 120mm mortar. It looks like they will escape and not get sniped out by the PTRS. Oh, Lemon's like, I don't even care about dodging rifle grenades anymore. Go ahead, shoot them at me all you want. Panzer Fusiliers desperately trying to capture the lower the middle VP by a little bit more time, but I don't really know what the Germans can hope to accomplish at this point. dbmb built tier 4 during this match, but he never actually got anything out of it. I don't recall seeing a Panther. There's definitely no Brumbear, would have remembered that, and no Panzerwerfer. Well, yeah, that would have been a pretty bad choice. The Panther plus the Jagdtiger plus a couple of packs probably could have repelled the T-3485s at least a little bit, given the chance for the Germans to come back from this one. Anyway, the GGs go out. dbmb calls good game, well played, and yes, I think I can agree with that. That was a pretty good game, pretty well played. Yeah, that'll be the conclusion of this one. So, bye-bye, folks.